What's up everybody, my name is George and welcome to the MTB portal. Today we're out at Santiago Oaks and we're going to be deep diving Hawk. We're going to look at some of the technical features on the trail, and then we're also going to look at some of the different line choices, talk about what's easiest, what's the most difficult, what's fastest, slowest, and the various compromises that you make as you're going down. I do think Hawk is a fantastic trail for skill building. If you're an intermediate level rider like me, there's a lot of great opportunity out on this trail. Pretty much every feature has an alternative line, so if you're not feeling great that day, you can kind of skip it or go around. And the trail is also not that steep, so you can really modulate your speed, which really lets you set the difficulty of the trail in terms of how fast features are coming up at you and just general comfort while you're riding. So yeah, I think that's enough talking. Let's go check out the trail. Starts off pretty mellow, a little bit of chunky stuff to navigate. You can kind of pick any line here. Same with this area, kind of best bet. Shooting down the middle, try to set up for this left. Okay, so we're at the first kind of techie bit where you've got a little bit of line choice. There's like down the trail, there's a left hand that we got to hit. Just before that, there's kind of the easier line over here to the left, or you can kind of cut this thing straight off and go off this little drop. If you can gap it, you could actually land down there in that bottom part. That might be pretty good. After that, let's see, we'll run down here. Yeah, then you're set up pretty sweet for this left. See, some people take this inside line, but then that just kind of puts you off for where you want to be down there. So we're gonna see if we can go back and hit this little drop and make that gap. Actually, first I'll do the easy line on the left, show you what that looks like, and then we'll come back and see if we can get this little drop. First I'm gonna back it up a little bit. There's that rock garden that we just went down. It looks way worse from down here than it is when you're actually going down. But yeah, you just hold it straight down the middle. Spits you out pretty good for this little left-hander. Okay, so first we're gonna hit the easier line to the left, and it should put us in a pretty bad position for this next corner. Not too bad. Okay, now for the line on the right. So much better. You can carry so much more speed that way. So now we'll pretend we hit that section with speed onto the next. For a right-hander, you can carry some speed through there. 2 lines through that last part, nothing too bad. I think we're gonna get into some steep stuff here. Oof. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is the first really heavy duty part. So you come down some relatively flowy, nice berm single track, and then you come into this. The trail splits off 2 ways. I usually go to the left, which I think is the easier line, and it's really this kind of janky, dirty, steep rock wall thing, bunch of loose dirt, and then you got to hit that right-hander down at the bottom. Usually brakes are almost locked up going down this, super dicey. And then the line on the right is potentially worse. I've never actually ridden this, but let's go ahead and walk it. So you start out, it's kind of loose over rock. Ooh. Then you make a left, and there's a bit of a drop. It's like a double drop. What does the rest look like? Kind of bermed. Corner. and then another bermed corner into a proper drop. Right, into a proper drop with like no runoff or run out, I guess. So definitely the faster line is the easier line to the left, because it's really just like a straight shot, whereas the more difficult line through those drops and these switchbacks, that's definitely the longer way around. You're going to be going slower through there. So let me try to get up here before anyone comes down. Yeah, so that's kind of gnarly. I'm going to skip that for now and stick to the line I know, because I don't think there's any gains going the other way. Ooh, this is kind of interesting. You can see tire tracks from people actually straight shotting this thing kind of in the middle. This first rocky section looks okay, but then you've got that double drop dealy to deal with again down there. And then you just kind of carry on down this little chunky bit. Okay, so we're about halfway down now, and the line on the right's always freaked me out, and I don't feel much better. A little bit of a rocky drop, stay to the left there, set yourself up for that corner. Oh yeah, let me show you that little rock chute we just came down. I think it's important because that'll trip you up if you're not ready for it. So this is that right-hander we just took. Coming up on it, you're kind of tempted to veer a little bit to the right because it looks a little smoother, but you really want to kind of be as far left as you can get. Set yourself to come in wide on that corner, because if you're on the inside here, that stuff's going to mess you up. So down this thing on the outside, kind of try to cut this thing as best you can. So this is the next section here. There's kind of two lines. The line on the left is kind of the easier line. You could avoid the drop. And then the line on the right is like a pretty little drop. It's totally rollable. And there's a few different approaches too. You can kind of just shoot it straight up the middle. You can go to the right, connect those two little rocks. You can go to the left, kind of kick it off that rock, but I think I'm just going to shoot it straight through the middle, and we'll see what's next. I think we've got one more feature, some more direct drop. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, that was my first time hitting that ever. Whew, it was not that bad. But let's go back, see what the approach looks like, see what the alt lines are. Man, I didn't even look at this thing. That's scary. So I walked down the trail a little bit back up to that drop, and this is like the quintessential feature to hit. It's a drop. You get like about as straight a run as you're gonna get on anything. There's two bailout lines. Well, there's the B line to the right, just swoops around, connects back up. Keep looking back in case people are coming down. And then there's like the really late, oh shit, I'm not gonna make it line on the left-hand side. But you can hit this thing really just dead nuts straight. And let's take a look at that landing. So huck it off here, and you want to make it all the way down there into that pocket. But that's a pretty far gap. That's like a 12, 15 foot gap. But you can come up short, and there's pretty much no penalty. It's pretty flat. There's like a little bit of slightly off camber, I guess. But I think what's important here is when you come off, that you don't really drop into that rut on the right hand side. I think you really want to go straight or even a little bit to the left, because I could see carrying too much speed, and if you're going too fast into that, you're probably going to have a bad time. Let's see if we can hit it 2 for 2. See, a whole bunch of people have gone over here. Berm's kind of completely blown out, so I guess you got to be
Got to be careful how much speed you carry off of that thing. That's a pretty decent sized drop. I'm actually surprised I did that. Oh, let's see what's left. I think there's like, yeah, a little chunky bit. There you go. Alright, here we go back down. Let's see if we can remember those lines. See if we do any better. The sun is a little less than favorable. This was, oh yeah. Oh man, I'm feeling shaky. Not good. Yep. I think I'm gonna end up skipping the big drop, unfortunately. Yeah, just really not feeling it. The rest of it, I got pretty okay. Yeah, super shaky. There you have it.
So that's the end of today's ride. If you guys found this video helpful, then give me a thumbs up down below. Trying a little bit of a different video format, so if you have any feedback, then please leave me a comment. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, then subscribe now. Thanks.